What's going on, everybody? Real Talk with JJ. It's the day after Thanksgiving. Frank and I are exploring. We're on some new trails we haven't been on, and we're going to take you guys on there. I know, I have a hunch that this trail, we're going to go up there and it's going to connect us kind of back where we parked. Although I haven't taken the trail, I've been in the woods a few times. Just rubbing Frank's. Frank, you want to say hi? A little somber today. It's kind of quiet. There's still some oak leaves on the trees rustling. Kind of a sad situation. I was just walking on a trail that I don't know, and I saw a lot of tire tracks. It's kind of a wide trail. And then I think we took a deer trail here. But before that, I saw a Jeep pulled over in the woods, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. We're probably hunting. And then it was just like this dark, big, thick green tent, and I heard movement. And since I've lived here for 20 plus years, there's more and more homeless people moving into the woods. It breaks my heart. So we're gonna go this way. We're gonna go up a little bit, and if it connects where I think it connects, we're gonna, hold on, Frankie has burrs. If it connects, there's some cool sightings. I also wanted to mention, I was thinking today, I just wanted to show you guys some cool sightings, if I orientate it, but my grandfather went through my mind today. He died at 71. He's a father figure, a hero, very lucky. He grew up in Boston, Irish immigrant. His parents came from Ireland. He married a woman, and her name's Bridget. And my grandfather's name was Jim. And I'm Jim. My wife is Bridget, so that's pretty cool. I was thinking, I just want to show you some cool sights, but my grandfather went through my mind. I think the trail will get cleaner after this. He died at 71, like I was saying, and he was a trucker. He worked his whole life. Honorable man. And I bring him up because some of my biggest memories were spending time with him. And we used to just take walks. And he would talk and he'd give me life lessons. Sometimes I would get it, sometimes I wouldn't because I was young. That must have been cool to the camera. Christmas tree. And one of the things, we walked around his neighborhood, and he said when he was a lot younger there'd be more woods and there's a golf course. So we spent years at the school playground and then walking around the surrounding kind of woods. There's some houses spread apart a little bit. And we collected golf balls. The point is, it's nothing major, but the beauty of simplicity. Let's go over here. And I think I'm seeing a full circle in my life. The simplicity calms my mind. And just being outdoors, doing walks like this, I think this is like, for me, the golden ticket on where I live. This keeps me going. He was a very simple man, hardworking man. And also, I don't think he drank when he had kids, and I just had not to drink alcohol. But that's one thing I wanted to say, is that as I go through this life, it's interesting what I perceive lessons decades later. I think trying to get simple as much as I can really helps. So for instance, today's Black Friday. I'm not getting into that hype. I do a good amount of education online, and that's kind of simple because I've done it long enough where I just do my little videos and whatnot. But sometimes I think if I could just live under a rock, that would be simpler. All right, Frankie. Something else my grandfather said many, many times. I never understood this lesson. I understand it now, especially as an educator. So my grandfather would say to me, this is like, he died in, I think, 1985. So I was young. I think I was maybe my son's age. Yeah, at age 11. And then he said it before that. He probably said it to me almost every day. He goes, remember, if you can count good friends on one hand, you are very lucky. And I'm like, well, that's just 5 friends. I have this, I have that friend, we like Legos, we do this. So I'm thinking, that's not many. And he goes, if you have really good friends and you have to use 2 hands, recheck it. I never understood that. But when we go through life, whether it's a friend at a workplace or whatever, this is a really Cool crane, by the way. This is a surprise sighting. I think it's older than me. But boy, do I understand that now. If you can think of some really good friends that have stood by your side as a listener, contributes in whatever way they can, they try to be there for you, and he's right. So he died at 71, and I remember when I shook his hand. And he pretty much raised me, and I stayed with him and my grandma through the summers because my mom had to work 2 jobs and I was too young to be alone. And it was strange. I always would just shake his hand. But this time when he shook my hand, he looked me in the eyes. And it was just like, goodbye, Jim. And I'm like, that was kind of weird. Get home. I love working on bikes and BMX bikes. I was always in the basement boiler room working on my bikes. My brother comes in crying. He tells me he passes. Did he know he was having a heart attack? Did he know he was leaving this earth? And it's a beautiful thing because he's really the only one I was able to say goodbye to as far as a human goes. It's a beautiful thing now. At that time, I was in 8th grade. It crushed me. Speaking of crushing, I don't think this crane is going to be crushing anytime soon. It's pretty quiet today, by the way, but we might run into like a hunter or something. It's like a crane dumping yard. I know where I am now, and I think I have some cool sights. I think it's cool. And by the way, this is new territory for Frankie, and I'm doing that to change things up because sometimes the regular trails, it's a little hard for Franks and I because we think of Pepper. But that's where I segue. I talk about my grandfather because grief sucks. It's sad when you had someone in your life that you trusted and maybe they're only there until you're, in junior high. But in my heart, my memories, the lessons he's provided, I'm very lucky. And one of the reasons I'm recording this is hopefully my son will hear it someday and he can pass on some of the energies. So that's one of my toolbox ideas for grief. I really look in, especially with my grandfather, because it's been a long time. He said something else too. And it's really cool that it just pops up in my brain. I did not plan this, but I think it came this way because I was thinking of simplicity. I was thinking of walking. And I'm walking, simplicity, boom, brought me to my grandfather. So that's a good memory. And I'm also pretty sensitive. I've experienced, as you've been following me, a lot of trauma in my life and deaths. I don't have parents. There's some other stuff going beyond the scenes that I reserve the right not to share, but I'm all right. Frank, you good? Keep moving. All right, let's go down here. Maybe over here, actually. We're going to kind of go in there. So my grandfather always said this before I forget. Remember, when you're going up the ladder, always be nice to people because you're going to have to go down the ladder and they'll be there for you to help you out. Didn't understand that. I'm like, ladder? It's only one person. Okay, Franks, go. Hey, if I fall, I'm going to keep this. I'm not going to edit it. That'd be pretty cool. I'll be all right. And I was like, couldn't understand it. And it's a metaphor. All right, Frank, you choose. High road? Okay. That's pretty cool. I'll talk about this place in a second. In life, you want to be as kind and fair as you can to people because, I don't know, maybe someday you'll have a flat tire and that neighbor that you're always nice to, maybe they will be there to help you with your flat tire. Simple, right? Again. But basically, he's also saying, just try to be kind. And I don't always find that. I suffer with observing a lot of unkindness in the world and anger. And I guess the walking and me explaining things hopefully is an escape for all of us. All right, we got some views coming in. All right, so this is a granite quarry. This used to be a famous city. A lot of granite rock here. They use that for the cranes. Oh, my phone falls in. It's done. It's really steep. Frankie's like, yeah, I'm not interested. Teenagers jump off of this. This summer got quiet though. Every now and then, okay, warning, dark alert, teenagers will jump and not make the best decisions and pass away. That's what happened this summer. And they didn't pass away from hitting a rock. I guess it's super cold and their body got jolted with the cold. I don't know. But this granite quarry supposedly supplied all the granite for the New York City Public Library. And I've been there, and I'm like, funny, I'm walking on these steps, but I've walked on them in their natural state too. Oh, sorry about the graffiti. That time of year. It's actually impressive. There's not too much graffiti. Luckily. Young and dumb, they say, right? Let's go up a little higher. So 3 things. 1, simplicity, walking, just enjoying what's around you at that time. In that case, collecting golf balls. And I remember years later, oh my gosh, my mom was like, what are we gonna do with these golf balls, Jimmy? There's like paper bags, bags after bags. And we just would collect them. And it was fun. It was a memory. I spent time. No money required, just some time. Ooh, that's beautiful. The other lesson is friends. You know, I have some old childhood friends I don't talk to often, but I know I could connect with them, and I'm very lucky. And being friendly is one thing. I'm talking about like good friends. When my mom died, a good childhood friend came. People were like looking at us because we ended up laughing, not about my mom's death, but because we had so many memories, and the laughter was medicine at the time. And it's one of those things that you kind of understand if you're within it. Right, Franks? Going up the ladder. I guess that's why I love dogs so much. They just have it down with the unconditional thing. I have found with these kind of dogs, you give them love like this. The other thing with Frankie, if I have time, I do stuff like this because, oh, my son, he doesn't realize it. Frankie's a senior. He's showing some things, and you know how it is. I hope we get a little respite between one dog to another. All right, Frankie, you stay there. Show the views. I don't think I'm doing a very good job, but maybe somebody will buy a drone. There's a trail way over there I usually mountain bike on. Maybe if I can connect to there, I'll show you how high I am. I'm kind of peaceful and tired today. Hopefully my voice isn't too negative. Easy does it, bud. And this is why I like dog leashes. You can hear the wind maybe. It's a beautiful day here. Doesn't get better than this. It's supposed to snow later today. That's what's funny about living here. It can be beautiful, and then the next moment, horrendous. Schizophrenia weather. Or it can represent life. I think it's my time to just say thank you. I think this channel's been around for 6 months, and I appreciate everyone. Thank you for watching my videos, checking in, and you know, some people made some grumpy comments. If it helped them at that time, great. I don't know a lesson they learned because they obviously haven't taken time to articulate their thoughts and intelligently explain things, because people posting ghosts, it's just not the internet. People do it in person too, or worse, they'll talk about people and then they'll just smile when they see you. Can you imagine living a life like that? So dysfunctional, so sad. And with social media, it's gotten worse because people don't realize social media is a tool, but if you don't know how to use it and you just gang up on people. All right, we're gonna take this trail because this looks pretty cool. Oof. I don't think these, they don't connect, but I could say it does connect, but I'm gonna walk here again in this, well, in the summer it's pretty cool, but in the winter I'm gonna see if when this freezes over, that might be kind of fun to go on the ice, snowshoe. and my mind is drifting like what I do normally when I'm walking with Franks. But I'm hoping that sharing wonderful stories with my grandfather. Ooh, this is high up now, Frankie. Woo! Oh, I should get a photo of me and Franks, because I know how to put the timer on. That might be beautiful. I see a backdrop. But then again, maybe I'll just do it from the camera. This might be a good place to end the video, but we're gonna walk back down. Hey, Frankie. Frankie. Yeah, we don't have to look at the camera. Yeah? Yeah, you're a little nervous. He senses things. There you go, buds. You're the cutest. See you guys later.